with a 3.
Okay.
I usually just use a 3 for this line, right? You see it here. You see it there?
Yeah, I can see it.
So it's like one little drop. And then what I do is I take the same needle, a black, full black, and then I'll do the line up to here and up to here.
Okay.
That's it. So let's say, for example, let's say the sticker is not round, right? And instead, let's say the shape of the sticker, the outside of the sticker is like this, right? So what I do is I'll generally, I'll even sketch some lines in the skin with a Sharpie, just so I know the direction of the lighting, assuming that the lighting is coming from the top.
Okay.
And then what I do is, so these, because light is linear, I'll know that I can't go past this. So then I'll come in with my black outline, and then I'll do this, that, and that. So that's gonna suggest that's the bottom side.
Yeah.
And it keeps track in my mind, you know what I mean? That way I don't miss and I don't do the wrong thing. So I usually will do these kind of lines. I usually just do arrows and I can kind of already see it. But it's a good way of doing it in a way that it doesn't confuse you. Because if you take this line, if you go past here, you already mess the entire thing up. Because that line is what actually makes it feel like it's a sticker. It's a shadow. Yeah. And that line could be obviously if it's bigger, it's gonna be softer. Let's see if we can find some examples here real quick of some good sticker tattoos. Okay, so in this case, you'll notice that because he folded it, it gives you the concept of it's further away from the skin, it pushes the shadow out a little bit, and you'll notice that the shadow gets softer towards the edge. Yeah. And he also puts a shadow on the side right here to imply, and I also think that he does that in this case because he doesn't want this to disappear, because all this white is going to disappear over time. So I think he tries to push a little bit of the shadow on to the sides a little bit, but you notice that he'll try to avoid doing it at the top at all. Yeah. In here he kind of did it, and that feels kind of wrong actually, but the sticker looks so cool that the eye is kind of forgiven, and it's you know what, it still works. But for example, this right here is kind of wrong. Yeah,
because I see it here.
Yeah.
Here is up, but here is down. It shouldn't have a shadow here. It should have a shadow here.
Yeah. Wait, no, it should have a shadow here. Yeah.
Exactly, because here is where it's up.
Uh-huh.
And here is where it's up. So you should have a small shadow here, a small shadow here, but in the top.
And even here, I don't think it should have a shadow here because obviously that part shouldn't be in shadow.
No.
But I think he used that in order to avoid this completely disappearing. You know what I mean? But in our case, because we're stacking different stickers together, we don't need to worry about that. We can just keep it simple like this, right? Let's say that we want to, make some folds on it or whatever. We can take the same image and I'll remove the drop shadow. Let me just duplicate it real quick. Oh, and then another thing that I want to go over is, for example, originally when I got this image, it was a bit desaturated. It was kind of like this.
Okay.
So I like pushing it more, like that. And I also will go to maybe the levels and play with that to see what I can get out of it, because I feel like that might even look better for a tattoo than this. Giving it a little bit more power,
Okay.
But I actually think it would look even better if we took this color and we changed it. And we made a color here that's going to contrast with everything else that's around. So just to do it for the sake of seeing it very quickly. Okay. So we click on this and we go to image adjustments, hue and saturation, and then play with the color and see what looks good. I'm thinking something cooler.
Yeah, like a yellow, a blue.
Yeah, I would say blue, because if you get teal, then teal starts getting really close to the hat.
With the green in the hat.
Yeah, so I would say that blue looks really good. even a little bluer like this.
Yeah, maybe colder than.
Yeah, a little
not
cooler.
that greenish.
Mm-hmm.
Because it has to be something that contrasts with the green and the
Yeah,
hat.
and
either
it
red
could
or
be
blue.
technically like we could play around and maybe make it a little darker.
Okay.
So it could sort of push the green of the hat a little further. And also he's kind of like a mid-tone, so if we
Yeah.
do that, it'll also build more contrast than this. You see how the contrast gets lost?
Yeah.
So by darkening it a little bit, making sure it's like nice and saturated, and that looks even better. Maybe it doesn't even have to be so dark. Like that feels okay to me. Select this select. If we test them one and the other, I think the blue brings contrast, but I feel like it's gonna feel too dark on the skin.
Yeah. Maybe bring the blue a little un poco más claro.
Yeah, let's
little
bring
bit
it a
more
little
lighter.
lighter. Or it could be purple because he's orange, that's green, so the other color that's missing there is purple. So maybe a little purple. I like that. Yeah, it could be purple.
Yeah, that's fun.
That purple looks nice.
Oh.
And then we got a little more contrast. That feels better than this, for sure.
Yeah.
And I know for sure on the skin it's even gonna feel
Yeah,
better because
it's gonna
these,
have way more contrast than with the red.
yeah, exactly. And I don't know, I think I want the border to be white. Yeah, the border will be white. But I think we can also do the border yellow. Let's see, let's play around. For the borders, I've realized that the borders, I mean, they technically could be any color, but lighter colors tend
Are
to
better,
be,
yeah.
they tend to be better. So we could do like, and I like very high saturated colors for my stuff. So that doesn't look bad, but I don't know.
I mean, because of the purple, I think that the white one is.
I think
is
the
better.
white looks better.
And also the white goes with his neck
Yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
So I think
Yeah,
that maybe
I like
it's gonna
that.
be better.
I like that. So now let's
And the
say,
eyes.
let me actually create a second layer here to the stroke and then blend it together. Let's duplicate this. So let's say we wanted to do, so let's say we want to kind of like play around with it and make some folds and all that stuff. Then you could simply just get a second layer on the top, put a multiply layer on top, and then using a brush. I usually, for this kind of stuff, I like using a soft brush. And I'll play around. Pressing Alt in here, it's gonna affect, you know how to do this, but just for the people who are listening, pressing Alt and clicking between the two layers is going to only affect the layer on the bottom. And I'll use some sort of gray tone or gray blue for my shadows. And then I'll play around, let's say I wanna make maybe some folds. Remove the smoothing. And let's see here what he did. To access our free tutorials, go to chrissage.com/education.